All right, so this video is going to go over these homework problems. Okay, so just kind of give you a heads up. I'm not going to go over all the problems, but hopefully going over some of these will help you complete the homework. Okay, so I'm going to take my dividend here. I'm going to put it in my box here. And then here's my divisor. So my divisor is going to go on the outside. So here's x, and here's -3. Now, I'm going to color code this. Here's my first term, 2x to the third. Okay. Now, what can I multiply x by over here to get 2x to the third? And that would be 2x squared. And then -3 times 2x will get you -6x squared. Now I'm going to look at this term. Now you got to ask yourself, -6x squared plus what will get you that? So that is a positive 3x squared. X times what will get you 3x squared? And that is a 3x. So next, to find this down here, -3 times 3x is -9x. -9x plus what will get you a -11x. That's -2x. And then I can figure this out. X times -2 is -2x. -3 times -2 is +6. And this is indeed a +6, so it divides evenly. Awesome. That's nice. We don't have to find the remainder because it divides evenly. So my final answer is your dividend here divided by your divisor is your quotient, which is 2x squared plus 3x minus 2. Okay? All right, number 4. I'm going to set up my box. My dividend here. So I have two rows, and I have 1, 2, 3 columns. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. My divisor is going to go here. And then let's break this down. Here's my first term. It's going to go here. So x times what will get you 5x to the third? That is 5x squared. So that means this box is 10x squared. Okay. So then what can I add here to get, oh, there is no x squared, right? Do you notice that there's no x squared? So that means somewhere over here, we have a plus 0x squared, right? We don't write 0x squared, it's gone. So in order to make x squared disappear, do the opposite, do the inverse. 10x squared and -10x squared, gone. Because when you add these two, there is no x squared in your dividend. Okay? Now, x times what is x times what will get you -10x squared? It's -10x. Then, to get this one, 2 times -10x is -20x. -20x plus what will get you 6x, and that is 26x. And then the finale here, x times what will get you 26x is 26. 26 times 2 is 52, and unfortunately, doesn't match, so that means it did not divide evenly. So I'm going to take my 52 plus my remainder equals 8. 52 plus my remainder equals 8. So what is that remainder? What is that gap? And that would be -44. That is my remainder. So my final answer is, this is my quotient, 5x squared minus 10x plus 26, plus my remainder of negative 44 over my divisor, x plus 2. Okay, so if your last box doesn't match, essentially to find your remainder, it's 52 plus the remainder, that's your remainder, to get to fill that box nicely. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Number 6. So all it's asking you to do is replace your x value with what they're telling you. So you're going to do f of 3. So you're going to do 3 to the third power plus 4 times 3 to the second power minus 5 times 3 plus 5. And then we just have to be very careful with order of operations, especially here. So 3 to the third is 27. Now, do not do 4 times 3 because you take care of the exponent first. So 3 squared is 9 times 4 is 36 minus 15 plus 5. And that is equal to 53. Okay. Now, there's a connection here. There's a connection between this here and this equation here. So I'm hoping you'll see the connection soon. Right. Number 8. What we're going to do is plug in negative 2. F of negative 2 equals 5 times negative 2 to the third power plus 6 times negative 2 plus 8. So negative 2 to the third power is negative 8 times 5 is negative 40 plus negative 12 plus 8. When I add these two, it's negative 52 plus 8 is negative 44. Huh. Notice there's a connection here. Hopefully you can make that connection with the other two. All right, moving on. Number 10. We are going to divide these polynomials. All right, let's make our box. We got 2 rows, x and 1. How many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3 lines to make 4 columns. All right, so x plus 1 is my divisor. Here's my dividend. Let's start with this term here, 4x to the third. So I'm going to go pretty quick here. 4x squared times x is 4x to the third. Then that means this box is 4x squared. So what plus what will get you negative 3x squared? And that is negative 7x squared. That means this is negative 7x. That means this down here is negative 7x. Okay, so negative 7x plus what will get you negative 2x, and that's 5x. And then x times 5 is 5x. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 times what? Whoa, I'm a little thrown off here. Sorry. Did I make too many boxes here? Sorry. It's been a long day. So 4x cubed. Here's my x. Here's my x. Oh, so I didn't need that many. Sorry, I didn't need that many boxes. I had no idea how many boxes I needed, honestly. I made too many boxes. So, didn't need that many. So I'm going to erase that. All right. So what that means is you actually don't know how many columns you're going to need as you work through the process. Okay. So, well, actually, let me backtrack. You kind of have an idea. So if you're dividing, because if you're dividing x to the third by an x, you're actually going to need 3 boxes, right? So x squared, x to the first, and then your constant term. But if you draw an extra box like I did, doesn't matter. You could just leave it, okay? All right, so here's my final box at 5. Unfortunately, it does not match 1. So my remainder is 5 plus my remainder is 1. What will get me to 1? And that is negative 4. So my final answer is 4x squared minus 7x plus 5 plus my remainder, negative 4, over my divisor, x plus 1. Okay? All right, moving on. All right, here we go. Number 15. Let's set up our box. Definitely going to have 2 rows, x and negative 4. Now, this is, I made the mistake, right? I made 1, 2, 3, 4 columns before, but when I divide, I'm going to take my x to the third divided by x, which results in x squared. So I expect an x squared here, which means I only need 3 columns. X squared, the x, and the constant. Okay? If you draw an extra column, it's not a big deal. You're going to see that you're not going to need it. Okay. So this goes here, 2x to the third, x times 2x squared, right? Now moving on, negative 8x squared. So negative 8x squared plus what will get you that negative x squared? And that is a positive 7x squared. Okay. Now I can find the outside. It's 7x. Now, before I get there, I got to multiply this. Negative 4 times 7x is negative 28x. Negative 28x plus what will get you that negative 25x? 3x. X times 3 is 3x. And then my final box is negative 12, which matches. Awesome. Divides evenly. Great. That's exactly what I wanted. So I have x minus 4 times 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. Now, it says to fully factor the polynomial. So I need to factor this. So we're going to have to play the x game here. 2x squared times 3 is 6x squared and 7x. So what two numbers can I multiply to get 6? And I add to get 7x. It's 6x and x. So here's my box. I have 2x squared. I have 3. I have 6x. And I have x. So these are my products. I'm going to find my factors. 2x and 1. Sorry, 2x and 3. And, sorry, I have this backwards. Sorry about that. This is x, and this is 3. And here is 2x, and here is 1. So I have x minus 4 times x plus 3 times 2x plus 1. All right, we got one more problem. All right. So this is review from the past. Okay, so still good because the Module 3 test is cumulative. We want to keep practicing what we've learned. So what do I know about this function? So this is x to the first times x to the first times x to the first. So the degree here is a degree of 3. That means I have a max number of turns of 2. What are my x-intercepts? So x plus 1 equals 0, so x equals negative 1. X minus 1 equals 0, so x equals 1. And x plus 2 equals 0, x equals negative 2. What's my multiplicity? Meaning, is it going to cross? Is it going to wiggle? Is it going to bounce? I have a multiplicity of 1 here, multiplicity of 1, multiplicity of 1 because to the power 1, to the power 1, to the power 1. So that means they're all going to cross. Cross, 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 cross. To find your y-intercept, essentially just replace your x with 0. So what is h of 0? 1 times negative 1 times 2. So all I did was replace the x's with 0, and I have negative 2. So my y-intercept is 0, comma, negative 2. And let's find our end behavior. So it's a degree odd, so it's a disco guy. My leading coefficient is positive. So that means it's going to end positive and start negative, come from below. So it's going to come from down here, and it's going to end up here. Now let's put down the important points. -1 is here, 1 is here, and -2. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to start my graph from below. It's going to cross, come back down, cross, go through my y-intercept, which is here, and then go back up. So it started from below, goes up, crosses, comes back down, crosses, goes back up, crosses, and that is my graph. Okay, and it matches the number of turns. 1 turn, 2. So it goes up, 1 turn, 2 turns, 3. Sorry, 1 turn, 2 turns. All right, thank you for watching.